Okay.
Welcome back to Glory Hounds, Bird. What's your opinion on throbbing logos?
At least it's in the shape of a heart and not a peen.
It's
not throbbing so much as
I have
beating.
news about what those two shapes are and are like.
No, it's a beating heart, not a throbbing.
When you learn how to
wiener.
draw more, every heart is a penis, and every penis is a heart. That's just the same shape.
I guess I need to learn how to draw more then. I didn't know that.
Nope. Glad I could open your eyes to more peen.
Oh man.
Alright, we're back for
Thank
more
you.
Glory Hound. Issue 4, The Thorn in Milo's Side.
Oh, is this going to be about his dad or something? 'Cause that it looked like an old Milo.
I think that's just what Milo looks like.
But he's very fucking
I was
thick.
wondering why you said that. I was like, his dad? Interesting leap for Thorn in someone's side.
He kind of.
Welcome to the Deanna Troy arc. Ah, my eyes. Aha! Ha! Clatter of wooden swords rings through the dimly lit training hall. Sweat beads at my brow, but I pay it no heed and give my opponent no quarter. Is he cross-eyed right now?
I don't think so. It's just, there's a tiny hint of pupil in the lower left corner there.
I think I never noticed the pupils before and thought it was just all white, like scribble eyes. Gritting my teeth, I ready myself once again.
Look at that
He's
hand.
going down this time. Yeah, he's gonna spock him.
Nice hand. Mm-hmm.
Gonna spock him to death. It's you are finally putting in an effort. He too is starting to strain ever so slightly, breathing just a little bit harder. And yet he still blocks every stroke and poke I throw his way as if it were mere child's play.
The old stroke and poke.
It did say stroke and not strike. I'm not giving up anytime soon, Milo. Good, because I was not planning on letting you rest yet. I should stop anticipating where the sentence is going with my brain and read the actual line. Finishing blow.
Don't say that out loud.
It's good to telegraph your strikes.
Okay.
The real strategy would be to name all your moves and then say the wrong ones.
Oh, why didn't Ash Ketchum ever think of that?
Yeah.
Pikachu use water blow. No one would ever suspect it.
Yeah, no one ever knows what Pikachu's gonna do. Such a versatile character with so many different moves. I smacked the sword out of his hand with a large overhead swing, leaving him defenseless.
But in my defense, I have no good examples, so...
You did choose the worst example, Pokemon, where everyone has 4 moves, and they're frequently just variations of the same element. Good work. Ha! I beat you! As soon as I aim the sword at him, he grips it by its wooden blade, yanking it from my hand before flipping it over and pointing it right at me. Not quite, Duskhound.
You can't do that with a real sword, but I guess you can do it with a wooden one, so he's proving a point somehow.
You can kind of do it with some real swords because they're not necessarily that sharp. You gotta swing them good like. I wouldn't grab a katana, but...
Oh, okay. I'm taking notes over here. Don't grab katanas. My
elemental weakness is katanas. Pikachu, use... A swipe of his legs under mine and I'm on the floor. I stare up at the lights when the crow's silhouette comes into view. His smile betrays him. You'll not defeat me like that, Duskhound. So close. I've been working with Raoul and Milo for a couple of weeks now. It's only been a little while, but things have changed considerably, and to be honest, so have I. Mostly for the better. I don't think I could have gotten so close to getting a couple good hits in on Milo when I was just starting out.
No, definitive proof there. You kicked your ass every time.
And all you had to do was come back from being dead.
Yeah.
Easy character arc.
Yeah.
Still, something's never changed.
Happened to Pikachu. It didn't.
Is it time for the Christ reading of Pikachu?
No.
Remember how Pokemon like to have upsetting storylines about small animals almost dying and having to be rushed to the hospital in the first episodes, just all the time. Charmander, Pikachu, just small animal trauma.
Butterfree, maybe? Is that also?
I don't remember.
No,
it's been 1 million years.
Different. Yeah. Whatever.
Okay, that was a dirty trick. You should never let your guard down. Yeah, well, neither should. I kick at his. I lick at his legs. I kick at his legs.
Oh my god.
They don't give way. In fact, it just ends up hurting my ankle. Ow! You were saying? Nothing. That's the spirit. That is spirit. He flips the sword around, offering me the grip. I take it. It's warm and damp with sweat from how tightly I was gripping it. You are improving. You have to say it like that, all sarcastic. I am not being sarcastic, Duskhound. It is truth. I get up and soothe my sore spots. Reaction time has improved considerably since initial training. When you get knocked down as many times, as much as I do on a daily basis, that's only natural. What is more, you actually landed several strikes today. Or strokes, as I said. I think you have earned praise, and maybe some tea.
You landed 3 strokes and 2 pokes, I was counting.
You're going to have to go longer than that. In all ways. Wait, we're taking a break? Did hell freeze over? No, I am simply thirsty. Plus, I have to prepare for an event tomorrow. Event? Please change to civilian garb, then follow me to greenhouse. I will explain there. It's like a conservatory for plants.
My thirst.
Ooh, new background. Hello.
Ooh, like a little hydroponic garden type stuff. We have like some tomatoes, some herbs on the left
really
or on
detailed.
the right. It is very intricate.
Yeah. I'm looking for Easter.
Kind of. It feels like Blender, maybe. Like it feels like they drew over a scene with how detailed this is.
It's curious. It's also just like the exterior lighting and stuff. It makes me think of like the Ico Machina Lutris was a FEN that tried to evoke 90s anime in its backgrounds and stuff, and I had like a really particular thing with like that, like seeing that lighting and stuff makes me think about that, and like all the shine on the windows.
I wonder if I'm curious to see like if the characters move around into like the depth of this scene, then we'll know for sure that this was made like with Blender or something. I kind of suspect that, and I'm not sure why.
I don't know if there's any Easter eggs to draw from the pictures, but there's 2 photos and a record album. It's obviously just the cover of the album up there, but then the bottom 2 photos look like military. From the vague shapes, there's like a salute and then a bunch of people in the same colored garb in a group. That's all you can make out, really.
Yeah.
In all my weeks training with Milo and Raoul at this mansion so far, this is the first time I've been inside the greenhouse. I've only ever seen it from the outside, so I thought it'd be as shabby as the rest of this place. Is this place shabby?
Cool thing to say.
Damn.
No.
Turns out it's anything but. Large plants, fruits, vegetables, and beautiful flowers in myriad colors stretch across its entire length, covering almost every inch of the place. All perfectly maintained, with not a single weed in sight. There's a bunch of very strong smells here, sweet, bitter, and yet they're smells that all complement one another. Are weeds a common problem in greenhouses where you're like
No, I've
controlled?
I've never
I was like, it's
heard
not
of
a
that.
garden, so it's not really invasive plants.
I guess if you're really, really shitty at greenhousing, you could wind up with weeds.
Milo sets down a tea tray on a small glass table between us and sits down next to me. I take one of the porcelain teacups. It feels just as delicate and fragile in my hands as it looks, which probably means Raoul's never touched it before.
Cool. Cool things to say, Alex.
We love a protagonist that nags all the other characters with his inner monologue, aka every visual novel protagonist.
Yeah, it's getting great. He wasn't like this before, but I'm just like, cool. I'm chalking it up to he got hit a bunch and maybe he's in a bit of a salty mood.
He did die.
Yeah.
It came back as worse Alex. So this is your usual hangout spot, huh? I like quiet. Greenhouse is soundproof. Is it? How do you soundproof a glass greenhouse? Though I am known to listen to music. Really? Classical music? You like jazz? Close, but no. You can tell me. I could, but it is more entertaining for you to keep guessing. Don't look at the album over there that you can see with your eyes. Okay.
You cannot see because it is blocked by giant body.
'Tis me. I look out over the rim of my cup. Did you grow all these yourself? No, they did.
Yeah, I was trying to come up with something stupid to say. I was gonna be like, no, the dirt did, but
yeah. Yes, I did. Even tea you are drinking comes from this greenhouse. No wonder he's so particular about it. It is the thing I am most proud of in life. Shame about you. His voice sounds a lot warmer than usual, and for the first time ever, I see him lean back, take a deep breath, and relax. His feathers fluff up a bit as he settles into his seat. I'm surprised you have the time for it, what with everything you do for Raoul and me. Gardening is a hobby I make time for. It offers peace of mind, allows thoughts to wander. I munch down on a stroopwafel, my contribution to today's lunch.
I've had those before. They're very tasty.
They are. You must get tired sometimes. He doesn't chide me for speaking with my mouth full for once. Of course, but I cannot neglect greenhouse. Plants require constant care, otherwise they will not grow. They are much like you in that regard. Just as prone to bruising, I guess.
No,
Ah, quite.
you are much more prone.
I do not punch the tomatoes, though. Can you continue to hone skills and you will blossom? Never heard that comparison before. Does Raoul ever help out here?
You don't want
He
him
shakes
to.
his head. He has offered many times, however. Only I am allowed near plants. They require a delicate touch. He lowers his voice. And Master Brevard is not exactly delicate. Not even he knows combination to greenhouse luck. Not even Raoul can get in? Not without me. It is necessary precaution if I am to keep plants safe. You got a point there. I give him 5 minutes until he starts trying to kick in a window. There's so much glass here, I'm sure he wouldn't be able to resist. We both stifle a chuckle. The little cheek on the dog.
Look at the cheek, yeah.
I held out my pack of stroopwafels to Milo. Want one? No, thank you. Really? I haven't seen you eat since I got here. I shake the bag. They're fresh from the market, man. Come on. Surely you can handle some carbs. Delicacies are wasted on me. What do you mean? He's silent for a moment, rubbing his beak. I cannot taste.
True.
That is
Right?
not what I expected to hear. Are you saying it's true that crows can't taste or something?
I think that's true, right?
I have no idea. Is that a thing? Do birds not taste?
They can. I know that they can. Like, they don't taste spicy things, so I'm just extrapolating that to they don't taste things at all. But I feel like that's got to be wrong. Can birds taste shit?
And
birds do have a sense of taste, but it's not as refined. Okay, well, all right.
I tilt my head as his gaze meets mine. I have not been able to for most of my life. Oh. It's lost its taste to COVID.
Oh no.
Why?
Or Corvid.
Corvid? Milo turns away, eyes cast down at the floor. I lower the pack of stroopwafels. So when you got that cocktail from Willem back at the Han, you were lying, yes. But what? I stop. I don't want to sound like a broken record. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked. No need to apologize, Duskhound. It is a normal question to ask. You probably wish to know what happened. I mean, only if you're comfortable. I swore too many times and my parents washed it out with soap. Permanently. It's like a Coraline-ass punishment. You're like, what? I mean, only if you're comfortable. You are comfortable, right? He traces the scar on his eye with his finger, then nods gently.
It is source of power. I gave up ability to taste so that I could punch just a 10% harder. It was good trade-off.
I am one punch man villain. He takes a contemplative sip of his tea and clears his throat. When I was younger, I was operative, working for international organization. Sorry, I just caught up with the giraffe.
I was wondering what the fuck that was. I thought somebody was Sig Heiling, to be totally honest with you.
Oh no.
Like, what the fuck is happening in this picture?
Just like wild bodies. There's a little frog. The guy that's slightly visible in the background might be I don't know if he's
a horse?
I was thinking bat or Martin.
We're looking at different things.
On the right, yeah. One that has a face. One on the left is like a tiny rat.
Shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild. Wild just having the giraffe in there. Operative, like a spy? You could say that. I nurtured the mind and soul. A body, mind, and soul to one day help nurture Europa. That was thought behind my decision. It felt like correct thing to do back then. Every day I would train. Every night I would dream about my purpose. He pauses. I have since lost many friends and comrades. I do not know where my family is, or if any of them yet live. So, your scars. 27 years ago, we were on mission overseas. To this day, I do not know how, but Target discovered your location and struck. Whoa.
Jesus.
Damn. It's a crazy effect having the fire burn at the film of the memories on the left, too.
It's extremely cool.
Yeah. Explosion at base of operations heavily damaged body, destroyed nerves, broke bones. My brittle bird bones. Many of my comrades passed away that day. Doctor said I was lucky to be living. For a moment, Milo just stares. His eyes widen slightly and his beak parts before his chest swells with a deep breath. I disagreed at that moment. Only one eye is working. I cannot taste. Hearing has been impacted. I disagreed at that moment?
When the doctor said, you're lucky to have been alive.
Oh, right.
Which, incidentally, if a doctor ever says that, they're probably a shitty doc. Like, that's not a cool thing to say.
Damn, that was close. You almost died. It's like, what? Like, I see you're recovering nicely or something. Like, that's just like, whoo, that was a close one. Don't move too much. You'll explode.
No, that's surgeon talk right there.
Mm-hmm. It's a mess in there. Let me know if you find my watch.
Walking away humming like, I cut you up. I cut you up.
Is this Turk from the Scrubs?
Was there an episode? I barely remember Scrubs. I remember the musical episode, and I remember the sad one.
They specifically made it so that all the surgeons were like the frat bros.
Oh.
And like that's just like that showboating about surgery is like in character for like Turk or something.
Oh, that's funny.
It was a silly show. It was only somewhat upsetting.
Yeah.
I like the part where it establishes a very different standard for male-male relationships.
It's just guy love between two guys. No, that's nice. It's very.
That's the only
positive.
iconic moment in the entirety of the attempt at a reboot season.
I don't care that much about Scrubs.
You seem to have recovered pretty well. You're still kicking my butt in training. He gives me a hesitant smile that makes me a little uneasy. I have learned to live with or overcome most physical limitations, such as walking through walls. But there are things. He stops. I can hear his teacup rattle against the saucer for a brief moment before he takes another slow, deliberate breath. I start reaching out to him, but I pull my hand back again. I take a contemplative sip of tea. Bleh. For what it's worth, I'm glad you're still here. He nods his head slowly, but I don't get the impression he heard what I said. He looks like he's miles away. I wish I knew what else to say. His eye flicks between myself and the teacup before settling on me. In my hospital room, there was little plant. Nurses had no time to water it while having to care for wounded. It was wilting. At risk of sounding strange, I felt sorry for it. I was in agony, wishing for death to take me, yet here was plant clinging to life in spite of harsh climate and neglect. Once fractures had mostly healed, I took watering can and started watering plant every week. I removed dust and pests daily. I stayed in a world of living because I wanted it to live. I wanted to watch it grow. See what it would become. If I was not there, no one would take care of plant. I slowly nurtured plant back to health during entirety of hospital stay. What happened to it in the end? He points to a little potted plant sitting on the table between us.
Oh.
All this time. All of the last 5 minutes. I take a good look at the plant and find my thoughts wandering. So look at the full screen. I love the comic panel CGs. These are fun.
The way it's revealed like that. Yeah, it's cool.
He externalized his recovery. That thing puffed up.
It's like that one episode of South Park where it's like the cancer was tied or whatever it was.
I don't remember.
It was a parody of the Mighty Ducks.
Oh.
And at one point in the game, they were like tied up, and that was
it was the dumb thing where they're the idea like the cancer kid's gonna die if you lose, and he'll recover if you win the big game.
Yeah,
because nonsense children's sports storylines. Its broad, pointy leaves stick up proudly, like swords reaching for the sky. The pattern of dark green mixed with lime almost makes it look like there's snakeskin.
Heads up, Dusthound, and he throws it at him and hits him in the face. You let guard down during sad story.
Think fast. The plant's vibrant sheen is what really catches my eye. I know next to nothing about plants, but I can tell this one has been nourished to perfection, despite signs of aging. I'm starting to understand why Milo does things the way he does, just a little bit. I still water it once a week. It has grown strong over many years. You will too, eventually. So when I say you are improving, I mean it. Thank you. He chuckles, light returns to his eyes. Once you improve sloppy form. That's why you're here. I suppose it is. And it means a lot to me. Can't imagine anyone I'd rather get thrown or hit by.
I can imagine one person.
Exactly. His hand, still lingering on the scar under his blind eye, trembles slightly. He exhales slowly, once more before his working eye settles on me again. Now it is my turn to ask you a question, yes? Ask away. How are you doing? You know, after Pirate Man. I'm fine, really. I can tell you are not. I don't even know why I lie to him anymore. Just been thinking, you know, about that night where we took down Camo. I mean, I freaking died, I think. I don't know. You got me wondering if it even really happened.
No, you died.
Super dead. Like tomato. I cut myself off when I feel something warm press against the back of my hand on the table. Milo's own hand. I stopped shaking. I didn't even realize I was shaking. As I said, injuries and trauma can affect state of mind. But that is no reason to carry suffering alone. No matter what happened does count. We are here to support you. Myself and Dawn Hound as well. It's nice to hear that coming from him. Thanks, Milo. I appreciate it. Do not mention it. No, really. I do. I said do not mention. And thank you for telling me about...
That was order, not a pithy statement.
Going for kill strike. I gesture broadly in front of me, struggling to find the words. Everything. It must have been weighing pretty heavily on you. It is good to have listening ear. Even though I have none. We share a smile and peaceful silence before he removes his hand and finally sips his tea. So, what was this event you were talking about? There was a floral art competition in City Hall. Floral art, like flower arrangements?
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes, Alex.
I thought we would go there and then meet Floral Villain for episode. The episodic structure just has you inherently waiting. It's just like how I always dug how functional but also hilariously grimdark the Yu-Gi-Oh manga was, like before the cards were introduced. Amazing. It's always like, here's a 20-page issue, and it's like in 20 pages they have to have like the squad go somewhere, immediately be accosted by just an insane, unreasonable person, and then initiate death game, finish death game, kill person, all in like one 20-page comic.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I was just sitting here
so I was like, let's go over to this place. I'm the this place bastard. Here I come. You're like, all right, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's
like
awesome.
in 5 pages,
actually,
you'll go from
good.
like we're in a diner to this guy's sitting across from you in the diner. He's pointing a gun at you, and like, aha! But I've put a match. I put a lit lighter on his hand that's pointing the gun at me, and if he wobbles it wrong, then the fucking the cup full of overflowing gasoline that's in the table and in his lap is gonna light him on fire if he can't hold his gun lighter straight enough. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
and he has to solve a Sudoku puzzle, and if he does it, then he's free to go. But next to the Sudoku puzzle is $500, so he has to choose: does he do Sudoku or does he pick up $500?
It's like if the writers of Saw were on LSD. What?
I was just trying to think of like what. So, I was for a floral contest. Obviously, we can't have Camo, but I was thinking like, what species would we get as a villain for this? And I was like, is it a mole? It's probably a mole, and a mole is also a type of spy. So I think it might actually be a mole. Let's see.
It's just the lady from last episode. From the original trilogy of chapters. She comes back. I was wearing green the whole time. It was foreshadowing.
Oh, the otter lady.
I have plant powers.
Oh, that's why she was wearing green.
Right, she was an otter, not a marten. Yeah. I will be participating. That's awesome, Milo. Can I come? I'd love to cheer you on. That is surprising, Dusk Alex. I did not take you for flower enthusiast. I'll admit I don't know the first thing about flowers, but it sounds interesting. I've never seen a competition like that before. They do flips? He thinks for a moment. I would very much enjoy your presence. Master Bravard will also be joining. It can be a little work outing. Don't make it. Don't say it like that. Nice break from getting tossed around the training room. Team building exercise where we watch him do stuff and we sit here. You say that, but competition of this caliber is far more threatening than Camo or Saltwater Syndicate. Because of the villains we'll be facing, of course. Them all going alone does signpost that it's going to be like, oh, the Power Rangers are out having a fun time playing soccer and American gambling machine. And then fucking kaiju strikes and everyone has to morph.
There's a lot of signposting for sure.
I will need to stay on toes if I wish to survive. I only have 2 of those. 3 of those? I forget. We're still talking about flowers, right? His feathers bristle as if he's waiting for an enemy to strike.
Indeed.
It is more than flowers. There are also shrubs and herbs.
There's a topiary. It is giant, and it's come to life, and you have to kill it to get the gold medal.
There's one rival in particular who will stop at nothing to ruin me.
Oh, might that be? I think that they might be the villain of this episode arc, this issue.
Eline. Or 75 alternate pronunciations, I might guess. Eline. Elena. He spits that name out like a curse. Eline. His claw trembles with fury as he brings his teacup to his beak. She has been at every competition I have taken part in. She has always emerged victorious. She must be pretty good if she can beat you. I have suspected foul play many times. We clashed in Floral Battlefield. But you haven't been able to prove it? He shakes his head. She is conniving, frightening. If you underestimate her, if you are careless around her, she will take you down.
I'm just picturing her being like the nicest person, and then she finds out like that Milo has all these thoughts about her, and like this whole time she's been like, I thought we were friends. Like, I didn't know you thought that about me. No.
I'm really hurt. I'm almost looking forward to meeting this lady just to see what her deal is. She will undoubtedly try to trick me during competition. I must be on my guard. It's like the British Bake Off. We just go for sweeping the leg.
The cake stent will be mine.
Hey, we'll be there for you. I'm sure the 3 of us can keep an eye out.
Come on, dude.
Are you gonna be making the arrangements there? Oh yeah, it's unfortunate.
Just told a story about
unfortunate phrasing about I just lost his eye. No, I have already prepared mine. Cool, can I see? It is a surprise, Duskhound. I have some final preparations to make before I am willing to display it. He narrows his eyes and finishes his cup. And I wish to be careful until judging. Alien spies could be anywhere. Surely you can trust me at least.
No.
Right? Why are you so interested in my flowers? Is this long con? I do not figure you for gardening enthusiast. If there's anything I've learned lately, it's that you're always full of surprises. You treat everything you do with so much care, including treating me. These bruises mean you care. I suppress a scoff, realizing that the word care is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that particular context. Like Milo does. With my body. My limp body after training. I've never really met someone with so much passion and drive for what they do. Everyone that I know had the will to live wrung out of them by working for Raoul at his job. I dare say yours eclipse Raoul's, if that's even possible. We're also just like ignoring our housemate or our lover and their whole things.
Yeah, well, we're expositioning, okay? That can come later.
Sometimes I wish I felt something like that. Milo looks at me with a half-serious smile, and I almost feel like a kid again. You are funny. Very well, I shall show you. But you must promise to keep it secret. Cross my heart.
And
hey, Lou!
The
biggest gossip in the world. Good, because otherwise I would have to kill you. I force an awkward smile as I wait for his expression to change to one as well. Except it doesn't. He is joking, isn't he? Milo? Yes? You were joking about the killing part, I hope. Who can say? With that, he finally lets out a sound that makes me think he's at least partly joking. He motions for me to follow him into a corner in the back of the greenhouse.
I don't know if I would accompany somebody in this situation if they said that. I'm looking at a small fortified dome of sorts. I'd say it was glass, but it's not translucent. Milo undoes some kind of intricate locking mechanism and deftly lifts the dome cover, revealing the arrangement underneath. Oh my fucking lord.
Neat. It looks like it's gonna strike. It looks like it's going to get me. What looks like smoke billows out from under the dome. For a moment, it feels like I'm sitting at some fancy restaurant. You are the first person to see this dustcount.
And lust.
And lust. And it will be the last thing you ever see. I honestly couldn't tell you what most of the plants even are. They look alien to me, arranged in a playful but meticulous way. I don't really know what I'm looking at. I don't recognize most of these flowers. Many are rare, not native to this land. And what are those? Ferns? Indeed. Most plants you see are older than time itself.
Damn.
My eyes fall upon something that's not actually a plant. It's a shiny piece of solid resin inside of a small log. It's been carefully carved into a heart shape. Is that amber? Good eye, yes. That this piece of amber I acquired long ago. It looks very old. It dates from late Pliocene epoch. You mean the Ice Age? Older still. I don't know much about prehistory. My expertise in all things dinosaurs didn't land beyond my 8th birthday. Didn't last beyond my 8th birthday. I am not paleontologist either. However, Miss Fenna has estimated this to be at least 3 million years old. I thought Fenna just did art stuff. She has degrees in a number of fields. It was not ceremonious acquisition, but it intrigued me.
3 million years ago. It's not that old at all, geologically speaking, right? Like the dinosaurs had been dead for like 500 million years by that point or something, right?
I don't know. I believe dinosaurs are way longer ago, but
yeah,
it could be older than the Ice Age.
Yeah, I don't know when the Ice Age started. I guess probably when the dinosaurs bowed out.
But yes, like the prehistoric eras are it's just a comically long era. Like they lived an astonishing amount of history that's just like defies human comprehension, when most of our brain is about like society as a concept has existed for like 3,000 years,
4,000 years.
Yeah, it's like a few thousand years. How big is 1 million again? Oh fuck. What do you mean?
It's wild to think how we'll just bin like 300 million years of time passing into like, yeah, we know about 12 of the dinosaurs that were alive at this time, and that's basically all we know about this entire 300 million year window of prehistory. Yep. Anyway, next thing, we have fish.
Yeah, it's one of those things they try to express by like when people try to summarize the entirety of the universe's history or the world's history in terms of like a clock face, and be like,
yeah,
here's humans the last 3 seconds. You're like, what?
I figured you'd be here.
Raoul's voice sounds muffled from the muffled from the other side of the greenhouse door. Milo hits a different button, and I hear a beep and a click. Boss himself enters, nose twitching. I keep hearing that sound. I keep thinking it's you. Like a deep sigh. It's like the sound they keep using in here. He stops to smell a flower on the way. While he's distracted, Milo re-engages the arrangement's locking mechanism.
Good call. All ready for your big day, Milo?
Almost.
That's great news. Don't worry, I'm sure he'll knock it out of the park.
How was work, Raoul?
Splendid! We're currently developing a new gardening tool.
He clears his throat.
I shouldn't say anything else.
Brevard really does make everything, huh? Only because Master Brevard cannot sit still. He sees problem, he has to fix it. Like Carpenter seeing everything as nailed to be hammered down.
I don't think a carpenter was the person who came up with that expression. I have the means and the know-how. Nothing else to it. If I have the opportunity to improve someone's life, I take it.
I wish my boss back at Brevard had that worldview.
I'm not sure I ever apologized for all the things that happened to you while you were working for the company. But changes will be coming to the way we treat our employees. I can assure you that much.
There, I finished my good work for the day by saying that. Now I can stop thinking about it.
Employee dying.
Oh, it's not gonna do anything. That's what CEOs always do. They're like, oh yes, we take this very seriously. So, plane tickets to Maui, bye. I appreciate you looking into it.
I mean, maybe European CEOs try a little harder. Maybe. It needed to be done. How are you, Duskhound? Did your training go well?
Oh, training was great, right, Milo? Oh, yes. I believe fundamentals have improved enough for more advanced team exercises. Team exercises? Like, he wants to beat you up at the same time?
No, you misunderstand. We beat you up at the same time.
You can try. But today, however, Dust Hound, you are dismissed.